Today is another day in Unison League. I'm going to talk about colo again. The last video I posted was about my Mage colo set. I've actually made a new class-ish. Not technically new, but new for me-ish. I tried this before a couple times, colos ago. It didn't work out too well, but I tried it again this time just on a whim, because I was watching one of my friends and he was doing a lot of DPS. Like, I want to do that too. So I built I redid my Rook set to make it into a Mage set. So I'm a Mage Rook. So I'm sitting at 141,000 magic attack. I did put my physical null main slot because I'm facing a lot more Lancers than usual. Usually I don't have it at my main slot, but I am running it as my main slot now. This does make me more squishy to magic users like archers who are hybrid users and mages. So but this is actually a fun set. I do have low defense, I have high magic defense, high magic attack, and some regular attack. Let's take a look at our sub traits. Let me see if there's something else I can build. I actually should change my sub traits, but I did not. So I'm leaving it as Helm Up and Magic Dress Up to boost my stats. So let's go ahead and take a look into my set. It's going to be Present 6. It's basically almost the same set as my Mage set as you saw before, but it's actually cool. The only Mage attack I'm bringing DPS is my Meteor Strike. It is low AP at 40 AP. Hits 3 to 6 times to one opponent. The only downside is if they have opening barriers or any kind of defensive procs, you won't hit that hard. So you do need a high threshold when it comes to magic attack. I was running a little bit lower magic attack, but I decided to increase it just a little bit more. This doesn't bring me at the threshold for one shot. You do need to be at around 480,000 magic attack. I'm not there yet on this Rook set, but it's okay. It does a lot of decent damage, and when it procs, when I double proc and their defense don't proc, they're gonna die. So hopefully this will be coolio beans. Regular staffs. I did sub out one staff for my Nebula staff. This is the stat boost I wanted. So it is the highest stat weapon in the game right now. It doesn't proc anything except against crystals. So it's just basically a stat filler to boost my stats. Again, physical nulls main slotted. I did change out my openers. I do not have a dual attack opener anymore. Right now I brought an opening regen, which is the other opener, and Almighty Cut XXL. This is an opening defense. So this is to help me live longer, because you are going to devote, and you need some kind of regeneration to go on, because in case the other side unis, you're going to die. And the other opener is Resurrection as usual. So Resurrection, Almighty Cut for that barrier, and regeneration to regen our HP for 40 seconds. So as long as we don't get balanced, we will have that opening regen going on. And same thing, I do have my Stillers for damage down constants. I got my assassin gears and my archangel gear for the damage down, base reflect to people to die. You as a rook, you do want to have some kind of reflect all. You don't want a magic reflect or a physical reflect. You want a basic reflect like this, but reflects both magic and physical damage. So that way when you do that devotion, you do a guard and they attack you, they're going to have a chance to get that damage reflected back on them, and hopefully they'll die. There's many instances when people attack a rook or attack and they die, so that's why you want to reflect gear in your set. You don't necessarily need more than one, but having one is recommended. You have an XXL reflect, you can put that in, but you really don't need it. Those are high cost. You kind of want a lower cost so you can use your costs at other places. In physical null main slot, if you are seeing more mages and more archers, you might want to put your magic null main slot. But if you're like me, you're facing more lancers, you're playing people who are usually lancers, you want to adjust accordingly to who you're playing against. If you're just going in blind, just main slot your down damage downs. Monsters are not really that much different. The only main difference I have in my monsters is I did sub out my Galileo for Cecilia. She gives a 200 light defense versus a 240. The reason I subbed her out is because that passive of 7500 magic attack is better than Galileo's. I think hers is like 4,000 or something like that. I did change out my light ray for Leviathan. Light ray only hits 2 times. Leviathan hits 5 times. It's going to be important because you're in unison. Damage is scaled off your magic attack and your attack. So the higher your magic attack, the higher the damage. And as a rook, as a DPS rook, you want to be able to do some kind of decent damage. If you're just a pure defensive rook, it doesn't really matter what you throw, as long as you have an AoE field for your team, like Piercer or Barrier, anything that helps them out. That's what you want as a defensive rook. But as a DPS rook, you want to do some kind of damage. Hopefully, Leviathan, she actually does really high damage, 200 AP times 5 star. Not many people have time defense, so she will still do quite a bit of damage against the opponent. So people still throwing a lot of Zeus's, so you make sure you have water defense against Zeus. If you want to, you can throw Teach to block Zeus out. You still need to be resistant to being paralyzed, so make sure you have passives like Odin that gives you that 30% passive. Krite gives you 30% passive. Some other monsters give you 30% passives. I forget which ones, but I've been running USK a little bit more often because people do have barriers. People who throw Medea and Win Kenshin, who or priority monsters that give barrier to the team. You need your team to be able to do damage. So at that point, throwing Leviathan won't be as beneficial because you won't do that much damage when they have a 2 to 4x stack barrier. It still can do damage if the opposing team members have low GS and have no time defense. It still can do damage even if the team has barrier, but you still want to be able to do damage. But if you want to remove it and you know your team has great monsters they can throw, you want to try to jump first and remove those priority barriers. So Yusuke would do that, Odin would do that, Brahman would do that. Some other new monsters would do that. I think Halloween Asaka would do that. I'm not too sure. I don't have her, so I couldn't tell you. So anyway. Alright, now let's go to abilities. Abilities again. Meter Strike for that DPS. I do have First Aid. First Aid is a Rook exclusive, so that's why I have that stupid Rook sword main slotted. Just so I can just throw some heals. So in case someone is dying, you can like throw that heal and then heal. Skilled off your magic attack, so you should do some decent heals. So I was earning between like 100,000, 110,000 to 150,000. So that's First Aid, 15-second cooldown, 6 cost, not too bad. You got your basic guard for that 90% mitigation. So yeah, anyways, you got Devotion. Devotion applies Divine Shield for 5. Receive damage inflicted on all allies. Only you will take damage for both all party and multi-unit attacks. But damage received will increase with the number of targets the attacks were originally intended to hit. While this is in effect, your HP cannot be reduced to 0. The only downside with Divine Devotion, the same with Guard, is this animation cooldown. So there is a like a 1 second animation delay between your Guard and your Devotion when you have a chance to die. This is the time zone that you aim for as a DPS to kill a Rook. So you have to make sure you're able to time it if you want to kill it. And if you're a Rook, you just want to hope they're noob enough not to know how to time it. So yeah, so when you devote, depending on how much HP you have left, you might either want to Guard, First Aid, or Immortal Heart. Immortal Heart is a really cool ability. It has a cooldown of 60 seconds and it restores 60% of your max HP. It lasts for 7 seconds. So for 7 seconds, you are completely immune to death. So you will not die. Your HP will get reduced all the way down to 1. This is where regeneration is important, so that way it'll regen your HP as you're dying. And if someone unis during your Immortal Heart, you want to make sure you have some kind of regeneration going on, because if you're at 1 HP and that uni can damage you, you is dead. You is dead. So anyways, it usually goes, you watch and you look you look at the left side, see who's attacking. You look at the abilities. If they're a strong ability like Starburst, Astro Lube, Archer Attack, Dragon Tail from Lannisters, Glistening Blade or whatever it's called from Soldiers, you might want to do Devote to protect your team. That will actually help build your Unigain. And then based off your HP, you want to either Guard, First Aid, or Immortal Hearts when you're facing a lot of whales. Most likely you want to Immortal Heart, but if you have Uni, you want to go ahead and Uni Jump, so that way you have more cooldown reduced, so you can throw Devotion again. So yeah, make sure your Devotion is enchanted to reduce this cooldown. So anyways, that's it. Check out the video that's coming up for the GPS Rook set I have. Peace out. Bye-bye. 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 Don't forget your chocolate shield and send the chocolates to people. Send the chocolates to people, y'all. And yeah. Here, I give you chocolate too. Chocolate to you. Chocolate to you. Chocolate to you. And chocolate to you. Oh, there's someone else. Who else? You want a chocolate too? I'll give you a chocolate. Chocolate there. Give you a chocolate too. And you down here. I didn't give you a chocolate. Here's your chocolate. Take that chocolate. Take that chocolate. Yeah. You too. Oh, there's one more here. You too. All right, y'all. See you next time.
も大玉げ宇宙へ GO 最先端の夢中をとこの手につかむよずっとより笑ってた 中